All right, guys, welcome back to Will's World. Today I have Ryan and David here to explain why being single or being in a relationship is better. But instead of just saying, hey, this is better or that's better, we're just gonna ask them questions and then at the end be like, you know what, being single might be better, being in a relationship might be better.
All right.
To make it simple, to start us off, how about you guys tell us about yourselves one at a time. If you're single, say how long you've been single. If you're in a relationship, how long you've been in a relationship.
Single boy first.
I'm Ryan. I'm single. I've been single for over 3.5 years.
Why are you making him do this, man?
Yeah, I've been single, but I'm not like someone that really truly stresses out about it at all. It's just the way I am, I think. So that's kind of my landscape right now for it.
David, I've been in a relationship for 3 years now.
He's thinking how long?
No, I know. It's just like
I've been in a relationship for 4.
She likes to say 3 years, and I'm like, babe, it's like, well, it hasn't been technically 3 years, but it's almost
fair.
Do you know when the anniversary is at least?
Yeah, I'm the one who always remembers the anniversary.
Okay.
Damn. 28.
He's like, I tattooed it on my body.
Yeah,
like,
he's
28.
Yeah, I love being in a relationship, but I also like being single. So this is a really interesting.
Yeah, that's cool. This will be good.
Well, boys, where you are in your life right now, Ryan, would you say you'd rather be in a relationship or would you rather be where you are, single, living life, the single
I'd rather be slingler. No,
the Tinder slingler.
I know a lot of people that like not have to be in relationships, but really thrive in them. And I am, I think, just too selfish sometimes. And like, I just really like my personal space. And I have a bunch of issues mentally from childhood things that like make it harder to date normally. Yeah, so I just don't stress because like I've been doing pretty good work-wise and I've been figuring a lot of things out in positive ways. I don't like need to date somebody right now, but I'm never against it. But clearly it hasn't happened in a while, so I have my walls pretty high up.
But that's also good because like I feel like a lot of people don't take the time to be alone, so they never really get to know who they are.
That's
like,
literally it. You have to. I've learned a lot about myself since quarantine, especially.
Yeah.
I learned way more about myself and just like how I am, why I am like that. You know, through smoking a little Mary Jane, I learned more about myself as well.
From my point of view, I was single for 7 years before the relationship I'm in now.
Yeah.
And I was as single as you could be. I was just single as never thought I would date anyone. And then like I was.
Did you want to, or were you like?
Yeah, I was someone that I went through all this 7 years, bro. I went through the stages of I need nobody. Right. Then I went through the stage of like I'm the only one without somebody, and then like I don't need nobody, and then it just happened. Yeah. You know, type of shit. Are you happy in your relationship, or do you think being single right now would be beneficial for yourself? And you just hit 1 million, so I know like you're on the like people are like, wow, look at David.
I mean, if you think about it, I should be single right now. And I'm hot, bro. No.
Just kidding, Grace. Just kidding.
Right now, I think a lot of the success has come from being in a relationship. I started doing these videos after I was with Grace. When you're in love and you want to provide and stuff and you start thinking about the future, it kind of puts your ass in gear. And I feel like I was like trying to like, dude, I need to do something, you know. And, you know, she was dating professionals before me too, you know, like athletes who made money. And I was over here.
God, that's pressure.
Who were tall and buff.
Yeah, that's
me.
Pressure.
Small and okay. You're a little buff, you got some, yeah. I do contribute a lot of like her motivating me to do and like where I'm at right now because of her. I don't think just because I'm successful right now and I got 1 million, that's why I'm putting it in quotes.
Say it louder.
You can say it again, come on.
1 million.
1 million subs. No, I wouldn't want like, I'm glad I'm with her and we're celebrating together and it's dope and she's happy for me.
It's kind of like you guys grew it together.
Yeah. I don't know. I love that. To me, it's like really like, makes me love her more when she's super supportive and she's super happy about it. Cause I'm not one to be like, oh my God, you did it. You know, she's like, baby, you fucked it. And I'm like, oh, we did it. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. And she planned a dinner for me. You know, I wouldn't have done shit. You know, I would have just stayed at home.
Yeah, that stuff is cool.
Yeah. Now, that's the hard question. And I'll start with David, okay?
Is it math?
No.
Okay, good.
7.
What are the hard things you've been facing while being in a relationship?
I think when it comes to Grace, I got really lucky because she doesn't care that I'm like, now with the content I'm doing, I'm like constantly DMing girls. I just got done last week. Literally all I was doing is DMing porn stars. And,
that's a flex. Then.
It's a tough job.
Tough job. Any other girl would be like, oh, I don't like you DMing people, reaching out.
Right. I feel like you even have a right to say that at that point, you know. So.
Yeah, exactly. On our anniversary, I had to film 2 days later, and I had to get 8 girls. And I was like, it was our anniversary, and she was like, what are you doing with it? And I was like, I'm actually trying to DM a bunch of girls on anniversary as a joke. And she started laughing. She was like, oh, God.
She gets it.
She gets it, so I'm pretty lucky. But I think, because I'm so, like, work-driven, I think the hardest thing is, like, working my schedule around her. I like spending time with her a lot, but I'm also, like, thinking about the 10,000 things I want to get done and I want to edit. Being able to, like, balance that, like, okay, I want, like, because I only see her on the weekends, so I can't really film with people on the weekends. I can't film for myself.
I have that same situation.
So it's like if Ryan goes like, hey, or you go like, hey, let's film this Saturday, I'm like, I can't, I gotta hang out with Grace. So I miss opportunities of being with you guys, or if, like my production team goes like, we can only film this weekend. I'm like, well, okay, now I gotta miss another week. She's super supportive. She's always like, no, go do whatever you want. But of course you're gonna say that, but I know you want to spend time with me.
In the back of her head, it's like.
Yeah, and I want to spend time with her. So it sucks also not living with her. For me, like, sex has to be Friday, like right when we see each other, you know, and I'm gonna bust quick. So I'm not really good on Fridays.
By Sunday though,
no, Sundays I'm good.
Yeah, Sunday's the day.
But Saturday, sometimes you're still like, let's go, and I'm like, yo, I'm fucking 31.
Yeah. Ryan, what is something that you face that you believe is hard to be single?
I don't know. I mean, there's not too many things that upset me about being single, to be honest. I've never really needed companionship for some reason. I've always had friends my whole life, but like I am straight up good with just being alone, which is weird for a lot of people.
No, but that's like I think that's like powerful. I think.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I can see how people would think it's sad, but I really just like being alone, just the way I've coped with things my whole life, whatever. So like, I don't know. The negatives can be like there are absolutely times where I want to be in a relationship and be with somebody and have somebody to go back and forth with. But then there are other times where I know that I like with my time, like I'm selfish with my time. You know, my grandpa always told me like, you know, you kind of have to be selfish with your time more when you get older, and I took that seriously. So like, I'm not super easy to manage in a relationship. I'm probably pretty annoying, but I've worked on that over the course of like the last 3 or 4 years and gotten better with it. But it hinders things like the holidays, which I like, which are much better when you're with somebody, and especially since I don't have a lot of family here, you know, you definitely like somebody that you can be close with in that regard. So yeah, just
I don't think you should like ever really hate being single.
No,
but there's some nights maybe you want some companionship.
Right.
In today's world.
In Will's world?
Technically, yes. Beautiful. Do you find it hard to find someone you can trust?
I think it's cliche to say like you can't trust girls and that women.
Well, I think it goes both ways.
But like us people be like in LA, people say it's impossible. Like, it's not impossible. It's a little bit harder, obviously. I trust people, but when it switches and becomes a serious thing, like we're gonna actually be official, that's when something happens. Where once I really like somebody, my trust is just always wavering because I just have crazy fear of abandonment issues. Yeah. And it only happens like the devil's on your shoulder when I like somebody. And then suddenly I kind of go crazier than I normally do about, you know, checking in with somebody or making sure they're good. Yeah, it's just super frustrating.
Before I make it official, I stress out. But once I'm official, I'm the type of dude that I'm like,
you're the opposite.
If you're gonna cheat on me, I'll find out, I'll dump you, I'll move on. But in the process of like getting together, I worry, I'm like, am I like spending all this time trying to make this work, and then it's just gonna be someone that's like playing me this entire time? That, like, I don't know. It's like the build-up process is what I'm stressed out about. And then once it's there, I'm like, if you leave me, we weren't meant to be.
I've been there when you've been stressed out about like, you know, when you like someone and stuff, and it's always out of like because you care about that person.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
it's never like a negative thing. It's just like you just genuinely worry. You know?
Yeah, which is good and bad. But when I hate worrying about people.
Is it easy for you to trust your girlfriend?
I've never had an issue. I've never been a jealous guy, which is weird because I have cheated. So I feel like I have hooked up with a girl with a boyfriend. So I feel like, and I just didn't know that they were together at the time. But I feel like my mind should be different. But I'm almost the same way as you, Will, where like, hey, if you're gonna do something, you're gonna do it, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm gonna just trust you in that. So I've never really like gone through a girl's phone. Never gone through a girl's phone. Never like, who is this? I'll maybe joke around and be like, a guy that she works with is like work husband. Don't even know who that guy is. I literally just go, so who's your work husband? Joking around. She's like, I don't have one. And I was like, dude, there's got to be one. So I never really get jealous or anything. I just trust Grace, and I feel like she's a very emotional person too. So even if she meets a hot guy, she might think, he's hot. And she may, if he's talking to her, she might have a conversation, but I don't think she'd ever do anything.
And they might go to the beach and have a couple drinks. But
they might get a hotel, but it would be 2 queen beds, bro.
Separated space too.
And she would FaceTime me.
I get worried about, like, hopefully you're not drunk, and like hopefully you're taken care of.
Are you good? Are you driving?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so like for me, like when my girl goes out, I say, don't text me. Have fun. All I ever ask, just let me know when you're home.
That's huge for me.
That is it. If you don't let me know you're home safe, that will bother me for a week. Like the whole next week, I am gonna be like, that's all I ask.
Like I just have that one rule where I'm like just ADD about making sure somebody is home,
safe
and when
and
I
sound.
and I just when it's done almost purposely. That's
oh my god.
Like that's crazy.
All right, guys. In this next part, we're gonna just have them go back and forth on why being single or being in a relationship is better.
You have sex regularly with someone you know. Yeah, you don't have to worry about them, like, you know, maybe having other sexual partners.
I think both are good. I mean, the pros of single would be, I guess, like you do have more freedom and less mental stress, at least with me. If I'm in a relationship, I can be a little stressed out for the other person sometimes, and that can double my stress. So it is nice for me to be able to just worry about myself sometimes, because that is enough.
You don't have to consider someone else's time. Well, I do, which causes arguments. You only have to argue with yourself, and you're...
Yeah, but people might think that is schizophrenia.
Ooh.
Okay, also negative for being single.
That is true. That is true.
So
you don't have to pay for 2 meals.
Dude, yes.
Or if no one's going to eat my meals, although JC is like my girlfriend in the sense that he'll just come. He did this the other week. I ordered pizza and he ate a slice, but the only reason I saw he ate a slice because it was in the trash can and he ate like 1 bite of it and then threw it out. And I was like, listen, that'd be like if I took your gum and took a piece like that and put the rest. You'd be like, hey, take the gum. I think that's how I know with like relationships. I'm all in. Like I'm not 1 bite. Like I'm either in and I want to get married probably, or I don't want to talk to you about anything.
What you just said, I'm the exact same way. I will not make a girl my girlfriend.
That's why you've been single. And you were single for a long time.
I will not like I wanted to have a girlfriend, but I won't jump into a relationship unless I know it's someone I would marry. So
I dated Grace for 8 months until I asked her, and she was like, if you don't ask me in the next month, like if you're not sure about this, like I'm out. And I was like, I'm fucking doing it. Alright, I have a plan. It's
like the Shark Tank, and for that, I'm out.
Yeah. To go off the food thing, you don't have to pay for other people's meals, which is dope. But we get to share. When I'm at dinner, I'm like, damn, I want the pizza and like a burger. And then Grace is like, I'll get the pizza. I'm like, I'll get the burger.
Or when you're single, you just order both.
And you don't have to worry about taking care of like a drunk girlfriend. Like say you go out.
Also, you have your own like babysitter. Because sometimes I look at Grace and I'm like, I'm gonna get drunk. And she's like, no. And then I look at you, I'm like, shots!
Yep.
I think it's pros for each and cons for each, and it just depends on your personality. Some people, like, I know I have friends back in Jersey that can't stay single. Like, they actually have had a girlfriend for every year of their life forever. Because what the did you just do? But no, I know a lot of people that need to be in relationships. It helps them. It just, even if it's a void filler, whatever, they just do it.
They're crazy though. They're like, I love this girl, and then they break up with them.
Next person.
I love this girl.
Everybody knows one person that, like, on Facebook, even back in the day, would love a new person every 3 months. People probably think I'm asexual because I'm very private and very like, I'm kind of burnt out until something presents itself that's obvious.
I've only been in love twice and I'm 31.
I think this is my first time being in real love because the only real relationship before this was my high school one, and I didn't even know what was going on.
That's puppy love.
Yeah, I didn't know. I enjoyed it, you know what I mean? I didn't know what was going on. I got cheated on.
That's pretty cool.
It was by David.
It was me.
Yeah.
Was it you, Dave?
Yeah.
Well, guys, today the moral of the story is we don't know what's actually better. I think it just matters for yourself.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think being in a relationship is a really good thing.
Yeah.
You learn a lot. You grow together. You learn how to
many.
take care of someone, and I think every relationship you learn something new.
But I do think you got to be in the right spot to be in a relationship. If you're not in the right headspace, you just give yourself time. Like you don't have to get
force
married,
relationships.
You know? Right. Just figure it out and then treat somebody right. Yeah. I've had regrets with relationships where I'm like, I wish I could have redid that. Yeah. Like just learn. You just learn as you go.
Sometimes you get into a relationship just to fill a void, or you need someone to take care of you, but you're not really like fixing the issue with yourself. And I think being single is good.
Yeah. And I think when you get into a relationship and you're not ready, and you know you're not ready, you're just doing it to like feel loved or do that, it's up to the other person. Yeah. That person, you don't know if that person's like truly committed. They're like giving you their all, and you're just like technically half in the relationship.
Yeah,
and
you might leave them, and that'll hurt them even more.
Yeah, it's just you just hurt other people and.
You just gotta take your time.
Be patient. If you're single, enjoy it, and the right person will come along. And
and if you're in a relationship, enjoy it.
Yeah. And don't cheat. And we'll see you
on Wheels.